This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Mental health is real, and the stigma. On the news this afternoon, Rivers Sole Administrator appoints members into 8 state boards. Arrest for tackle over alleged child mistreatment video. Freed passenger, but Emanse yet to decide on suing Ibom Air. Labour Party chieftain Peter Obi faults President Tinubu's planned foreign trip. US approves bombs others to Nigeria. And on the foreign scene, Ukraine Prime Minister Zelensky meets UK Prime Minister. Name is Jude. This Waste Management Board and the Rivers State Contributed Health Protection Program. Members for the River State Microfinance Agency, the River State University Chief River State says it will take the state sole administrator and the state government to over the appointment of a substantive Auditor General of local government. State CLO Chairman Dada told newsmen in Port Harcourt the move follows the government refusal to respond with this. The petition explanation why the appointment was described as a clear violation of the law to Mr. Dada, the appointment allegedly bearing Constitution, Civil Service Law No. 2 of 2018.
Lay down yours. Respect the Constitution, respect the service rule, respect the audit law. When you follow the right processes and you want to appoint, you appoint as long as the person is hereby the sole administrator or failure to act promptly leave us with no other. Collect this matter to appropriate oversight as well as national and international and anti-corruption entity. Trust that the office of the sole administrator will avert further legal, political and consequences.
Stress that the CLO has nothing against the individual appointed, but insists that the proper legal process must be followed. On the political front, chairman of the Civil Liberty Organization CLO Rivers State says that the organization will head to court that the state sole administrator into the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. Dada, in an interview with 8th of August local government election on democracy.
We consider the RISEC board as illegal and we intend to test the constitutionality of that constitution in court. We want a legal pronouncement on it. If the sole administrator has the right to constitute the board in the manner that's gone about it. CLO has three demands in line with these of the 1. Immediate suspension proposed August 30 election. Reversal of the illegal RISEC compliance with constitutional provisional laws.
Dada also urged River and third state political system.
We are calling on Rivers people to ensure that they take steps to end theirs. This is calling season to arm, for instance, to protest against certain actions as long as you do it within the ambit of the law. It is also lawful to test the legality of the actions of the solar. Rivers State, for almost 6 months now, has been like a conquered territory. There is a suspension of development in that we are no longer part of this country. Rivers State is governed by a separate constitution, different from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Moving on now, the Special Advisor on Policy Communication, Dabwala, says a former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, not secure the presidential ticket of the Labour Party, the PDP, or the Democratic Congress, ADC, for the re-election. Dabwala, in an interview, said Obi will not only lose out in the tickets of the 3 parties, but may not as a running mate. Turning to environment concerns, some residents and businesses near the Ozuoba Market flyover are raising concerns over a pile of refuse in the area. In an interview with correspondent Rejoice Amadi, this has been left unattended to for over months and now poses serious health risk. Some traders also complain that the strikes driving customers away from shops. Let's take a listen to them.
Because the campus for this flyer and tomatoes, customers already come in. Come and say how in the country no teacher. I don't know what the government want to do about it.
The dustbin in this job is really stopping. You know, sometimes we can't even breathe and it takes time for them to
can give us the sickness itself. Very, very bad. We are operating
well, they are calling on the state government, River State Waste Management Agency, so the area can be cleaned up.
If they don't come back these problems will continue to happen. Government, let us do so that they will put effort to finish the first most of what it is. Thanks for us.
Let them put marks for the day so that they can pack the day. They never see. It's meant to us support and get us every dustbin from us. Where we buy things that we eat. So this kind of does not good for health. Around here, people stop sickness.
So I'm not going to beg government to help. Even like, where they owe them, let them will continue their work. I beg when them beg them back and for us. Back the because they're not.
Correspondent visited the site. The refuse was spilling onto major parts of the road, making it difficult for us to pass. Away from that, the Rivers State Police Command says it has 40-year-old pastor Ediora Joseph over a disturbing online alleged mistreatment of children inside Takot Church. Police spokesperson Grace Iringe Kogo said in his according to her early investigation, just Pastor Ediora held a 3-day program for children, claiming it was a soul cleansing directed by the Holy Spirit. She added that investigation has full details and more information. The Commissioner of Police Olugbenga on residents to stay calm and report any to the police on all security. The police committed to protect anyone, especially like children, and will deal firmly with anyone who threatens the safety. In another unfolding, Funke Maria, the lawyer to the air passenger who was recently released to Correctional Center, Comfort Emma, he has not decided whether or not charges against the airline. Maria, in an interview on channels, condemned the treatment of her client by the attendant who blocked her from disembarking Lagos State from Akwa Ibom State on proofs of others to Nigeria. Stay tuned.
Feeding you with the right information.
The right topic.
The main news right in Nigeria. So my name is Jude, and if you're just joining us, we must let you know that at the end we will have a cap so you are kept abreast of all that's going on. But for this time, we start with the defense minister, where the State Department has approved potential nation precision bombs and to Nigeria that cost about $346 million. The defense made known in the state. It said non-MDE package include FMU-19 joint programmable fuses, bomb components, impulse cartridges, high explosive, embark on a 2-nation trip to Japan and Brazil with a stopover in Dubai, Arab Emirates today. President Bayo said this in a statement on Wednesday. He said that the president's first Japan for the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development in Yokohama from August 2nd. After the Japan engaged to Brasilia for a 2-day invitation to Brazilian Lula da Silva. He will hold bilateral meetings in both countries. Two education stories now. The Executive Council has approved first Japan listed ones. Briefing journalists after the Federal Executive Council state, the Minister of Education, Tunji Alao, said access to was no longer an issue in the I beg to differ to left the edge of their seats. Of Community Secondary School and Ikechu of King's Anchor College lane 91 against Malizu's 90.5 points. This match, which saw a Medua to Port Harcourt, they debate class initial than apprentice with 97 points, while we had 85. Before name best of Chuku Malizu remained in the tournament after being saved. You do not want to miss it.
And now, business news.
Oh, have you been wondering why you've been unable to disrupt the Cuba Elebego? Says this is a temporary pause in the process. Speaking on Nigeria 4FM's Hello Port Harcourt, Silevare explained that the pause was caused by unpaid backlogs from customers. She adds that the portal for meter applications.
We noticed the past 3 to 4 months a lot about not being able to pay for meters, and that was because a pause. Important thing to last week we had the authority to open our site back, and now a lot of customers have started applying for their meters. Installations have begun. Our website www.mahd.com.ng, where you can for your meters online, and within this install those meters.
The head of metering Somerso initiative has resumed, explained that the scheme rather than purchasing from agent.
You all know that metering of our customers should be this good. However, our regulators and they know that because of the financial burden on they brought out an initiative called now the MAP clearly says it gives room for the customer to pay for the meter. That is also during the MAP was highly regulated. The regulators were the one that determined the prices at which had to be sold.
To entertainment now, celebrities handed media personality Toke after a social media user said her baby bump is fake. This comes hours after Toke Makinwa shook the internet's core by announcing pregnancy. The comments swiftly backlash from thousands of Instagram users who slammed her for her insensitive accusations. Among those who called her out were Graham. Sports soccer captain Rashid says the team's secret weapon at the WAFCON is a collective decision to shut out all distractions and focus squarely on winning. Speaking on Game On Nigeria Info FM, Ajibade explained that the squad made a conscious choice to set aside any issues that could hinder their performance, including allowances and bonus to invest their careers. The Falcons agreed that success at WAFCON meant more than any temporary setbacks.
Because most talk about in terms of the allowances board that players complain about, these are used to reinvest itself to keep performing, keep showing up every time. It's a whole lot of things. So we just have a conversation with ourselves because we need to determine there's much just what might want to be, what might want to serve as distractions. That was what makes it different, the mindset shift.
And finally, former Zelensky has arrived at down Prime Minister Keir Starmer. A Friday summit between U.S. President and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Starmer says there is a viable chance of a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. This morning's meeting at number 10 is a carefully coordinated show from the UK. Trump says there will be severe consequences if Putin agreed to end the war in Ukraine after the US and European leaders yesterday. Well, that was the news, but before we depart, a recap. On the news, you heard the Rivers Sole Administrator has appointed members into 8 state boards 5 months after emergency rule was declared. Police lawyer to free passenger conferences Igbo Air. Labour Party chief President Tinubu's planned 12-day for has approved sale of bombs and others in Nigeria. From the foreign scene, Ukraine Zelensky this morning met with UK's Prime Minister. The news was edited by Murray. My name is Jude Omamigbe. Thank you for listening. To reach the news team, please send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 808-721-7215. 08721-715. Have yourself a wonderful day. News with Sunny Side of Conversations. Afternoon.